Hey, what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here. It's been about a week since I made a video, and that is not because I am, well, doing anything else. There's not much going on in WoW. Things are a little slow right now. We killed Queen Antrek about a week ago, give or take, about a week and a half ago, I guess. I've been enjoying a bit of time off after Alpha, Beta, launch, World First, our own progression kind of stuff is dying down a bit. With that being said, 11.1 is likely on the horizon for PTR in the next month or so, so lock in for that. It should be coming pretty soon. But today, I want to talk to you all a little bit about a couple new Demonology builds, both in single target and I guess M plus AOE, that have emerged over the past few days. I'm going to play them on stream whenever that is next. It's probably going to be Monday I'm looking at here. I'm a little under the weather, if you can tell my nose is a little stuffed up. It's cold in Florida. I think I have a cold coming on, or possibly have a cold in general, but there you go, actually. Either way, looking at that today. If you guys have any weak auras, add-ons, or profiles, links to Twitch, Discord, and the website up here, as well as down below in the description. These builds are not on the website yet. Well, they actually might be when this video comes out. They're a little experimental. I want to see where they go over the next day or so. If I get time to play with them, I'll put them up by the time it's launches. If not, they'll be up soon. Alrighty, now getting into the actual like sims and talent builds and all that stuff here, I will say that when it comes to single target, it's not as exciting of a change. You gain like 3,000-ish DPS, give or take. But the talent change is cool, and it's because, I mean, demonic core economy, I believe Malachi said he optimized APLs a bit when it came to like demonic core spending and all that. I think he said there might still be a little bit of room to go. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him in the last couple of days. Smarter than I am, once again. Credit to all them. But so here is my actual current single target sim for Demo. I'm using my own character. I'm not using other profiles. You can use whatever you want. It's fine. It's all consistent. It is what it is. And the results here reflect what things are showing in actual like BIS profile sims. 1.432 million. I'm playing this build here in single target. There is still that weird issue with Grimoire dying a bunch. I honestly haven't played a lot in the last week or so. I believe it's still dying. I'm pretty sure from what I thought I heard, I'm pretty sure it's that weird, like, I think the Grimoire lost its avoidance buff, its passive buff that it gets. It happens every single expansion. Every single expansion, our pets all die for like a month in some random patch when it gets broken, and they got to go in there and fix it. So hopefully they'll fix it. He's still dying a bunch. It is being played in like the single target best sim build. Some builds, from what I understand, aren't playing Grimoire currently because he keeps dying, but hey, this is what we're simming. It is what it is. Regardless of Grimoire being played or not, it really shouldn't change much in the actual talent swaps here. So when it comes to my current single target sim, I'm looking at 1.432 million, or more specifically 1.43156 something up here. There you go, 561. Cool, there we go. Now, I have some AOE sims here and things as well. We're going to get to that in a minute. So there's been a bit of a talent swap here. Now, once again, just to compare, this is the build we're playing. I've been playing currently in single target for a long time. Malakath found a different build, a build that goes from, my current thing, 1.431 million to 1.434, a gain of about 3k DPS. And that talent swap is Impending Doom for Doom Eternal and Dread Calling over Antoran Armaments. Now, I have a couple of sims here. This build is playing Doom Eternal, and it's playing Antoran over Dread Calling. As you can see here, they're both pretty close. This build, for me, actually is a little higher, about 400 DPS higher, but there is some margin of error, as you can see here, even in like Advanced Sim, Expert Sim, right? So this is sort of, I guess, semi-negligible. Obviously, it could be a little more relevant in cleave settings or not, whatever, certain talents. But the big thing here, regardless, is that Doom Eternal demonic cores, which once again our dogs give 2 guaranteed demonic cores whenever they expire, reduce the duration of Doom by an additional 2 seconds. Doom, right here, a 20-second debuff. It's what we had in S3 and S4 of Dragonflight, right? Basically, you apply Doom by a Demon Bolt, demonic core procs, and all that. Consuming a demonic core reduces the duration of Doom by 2 seconds. Now, something it's actually very cool when it comes to playing Doom. I'm just gonna hop into game here real fast as well. When you're playing Doom, as long as I don't die here. When you're playing Doom, and unlike how it was in Dragonflight in S3 and 4, if you like clip the Doom, basically if you cast like a Demon Bolt when a mob had like 1 second left on its actual Doom duration on the dot, right? It would just consume the effect and it wouldn't, reapply a Doom. You have to like cast another demonic core to apply Doom again. It was a little clunky and awkward. However, this has been changed in Dragonflight, or Warthin. So we'll apply Doom here. It's right here. I don't know why it's not showing there, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. So Doom's right here. We're going to cast a couple spells here. We're going to probably generate some more cores here. My dogs are going to expire, actually. My cores are going to expire. Can I implode here and save this? I cannot. That's okay. We cast dogs. Don't worry about it. So whenever I apply another core here in a minute, we're going to keep cycling through. Get my dogs coming in about now. There's the 2 guaranteed cores right there. I'm going to hold it for a second or two here as well. It's fine. Actually, we can launch them now. It's okay. So the dooms apply right here, right? So the duration of this doom is going to go down a bit whenever I cast demonic cores and stuff. Cast a core there. It's reduced. So I'm going to go a bit here. Siphon. Core from 7 to 4. And watch when it gets to 1 here. I'm going to cast this core. It consumes the doom, but it also applies another doom. So it's smart, and it will consume the remaining duration if it's under 2 or whatever, but it will also apply another doom, making that weird, like having to hold a demonic core for, you know, I want to cast a core, or I want to cast a bolt, but I got to hold it to reapply my doom that we had in S3 and S4 of Dragonflight. Not a thing anymore. So better quality of life, good, easy to see, all that. And to clarify, I mean, you know, Doom Eternal doesn't change that, but you are chewing through cores, or I guess you're chewing through dooms more often. Now, what Doom Eternal means is that, I mean, you're obviously going to want to manage demonic cores very well. You're still going to want to have Doom active as much as possible. So there might be times where you might want to hold for some little window here and there, but overall, what Doom Eternal is going to do is take that basic 2 seconds off of that Doom whenever you cast that core and make it 4 seconds, which you can change to here. I'll swap talents. I can leave combat. Might be a very hard challenge playing Demonology in 2024, but we'll give it a shot. You'll notice if we can swap here, if we can get out of combat, maybe, possibly. Here we go. Maybe high roll. We did. Wow, Christmas miracles. And it's not even December yet. Very exciting. So we're going to go in here. Same thing. So let's cast a Siphon. Launch a Demon Bolt. There's Doom. Launch it again. Down to 15, 14, whatever, decimal place. So it basically just takes more duration off the Doom. Dooms are popping more often. You're getting a chance to spawn, you know, Pact of Eredru and Doom Guards are more often, all that kind of stuff. Same thing. Basically just Doom effects more often. Very cool. Might just be about a 2k DPS gain, I guess 3k for me once again, 1.431 to 1.434. But honestly, hey, it's cool. It's a cool ability, and it's free passive damage. So that is like the big thing in single targets. It looks like impending Doom swapping to Doom Eternal in most settings. Once again, Felguard, Grimoire Felguard, still buggy from what I understand. If Bliss is watching, please fix the avoidance or whatever's happening there, because it sucks. I want to play this in fights and stuff, but I can't because it keeps dying. That is that. Now, when it comes to AOE, so this is where the build gets a little more interesting. Or I guess the talent combo gets a little more interesting. Now, there's a handful of builds out there. I simmed 8 targets, 1 minute. I also simmed a longer one here at the end. Spoilers, it says guillotine up there. This is a talent build here. Now, I simmed 2 different builds here. There's a handful of builds being played. This is what I've been playing more recently. It's still playing Umbra Blaze and Pact of the Mother. This build here is a little higher. By about 100k, but 100k is not as big as it seems when you're doing, you know, 7 million. This build here is playing Fell Sunder, and it is playing Shadow Invocation, comparatively to Imp Mother and Umbra Blaze. Now, the trade-offs here, I mean, obviously Umbra Blaze is not the best. It's single target based for the most part. It is basically. Imp Mother can be very good. It can high roll, it can low roll. RNG is RNG, but this build is a bit stronger in single target comparatively to this build being a little stronger in AoE, in cleave settings with Sunder, and Shadow Invocation. I'm leaning more towards this build here. I have been recently, but both builds are pretty close overall. And we'll compare both in single target while playing these builds in a minute here. Now, Malakath also mentioned a few days ago in Sims that he found a guillotine build, which I had heard people playing guillotine a little bit somewhere in certain places here and there, and the build is currently simming highest overall when it comes to AoE. Here is that build, 1.6976, basically 7 million. So you're looking at comparatively here 1.62 to 1.77 to, sorry, backtrack, 6.62 to 6.8 basically to basically 7 million. Now the difference here, you are playing guillotine. You are playing improved demonic tactics. Now, based on the actual sim duration here and things, this is a minute, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower for guillotine, depending how you get usage in. This is getting 2 uses in, but regardless, this is looking to be sort of spicy, right? This build is indeed playing Shadow Invocation. You can pull and put it somewhere else, I'm sure. It's not playing Umbra Blaze or Pack. It's basically saying, hey, we're not playing Houndmaster's Gambit. We're not playing Improved Tactics. We're playing Tactics over Gambit. We're playing Guillotine. Basically, these two can go here, however you want to look at it, and this can go up here. You can move this around wherever you want, but the big thing here is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can't actually take this point here and put it in Houndmaster. You're maxed out in your 10 talent cap in your A3 final section of the tree right here. This point could go somewhere else. I mean, but really, I probably throw it in Sunder personally. I haven't simmed it. I don't really know. Either way, this is the build that's out there. And surprisingly, I mean, it's well, I guess unsurprisingly, it's a bit higher in AOE. Now, breakdown here, I mean, obviously, Felguard, you can look at the damage here. Fel Explosion, 3.2%. His melee damage is higher as well at 4.2, breaking it down even more. Fiendish Wrath. Fel Explosion is the guillotine, the axe, pulsing. Fiendish Wrath when he's punching mobs, I believe. When he starts, throwing hands. Like OG Mike Tyson in here. Besides that, if you're looking at the other non-guillotine sims, his melee damage much lower. No Fel Explosion because no guillotine. And once again, he's here as well. Also pretty low when it comes to overall melee damage. Now, when you look at them all comparatively side by side, we can do that here. This is what I got. So we're looking at a 1 minute 8 boss target sim here for all these builds combined. Guillotine on top, basically 7 million. Fel Sunder Shadow Invocation. So that is this build here. Sunder Invocation, the middle one, still in the middle here. 6.768, about the same we saw here actually, which is funny. And the one here, Umbra Blaze and Pact the Mother, 6.616. I don't know why I keep saying 1 million. It's 6 million, but whatever. The lowest overall. But I want to drive home that AOE and single target are both relevant. Cryo damage is relevant. A lot of things are relevant in M+. It's not just what sims the highest and max raw AOE. And even when it comes to AOE, trying to replicate like trash pack sims, I guess trash packs in sims is how you want to word it, there's not a great way to do it. Sometimes you're pulling multiple packs, sometimes you're lessing, sometimes you're not. It depends on a lot of things. But 356k, it's not necessarily as much as it may seem. You're doing 7 million damage. Comparatively to there being a large difference, maybe in single target. So what I have here, this is a 1 minute 8 boss target sim. I have a 5 minute 8 boss target sim. If you look here, nothing really changes. The disparity, if you go in here, is about the same. 2.7, 4.8 at the 5 minute mark, 2.9, 5.1 here. Guillotine on top. Now, if you break this down, though, this is where it gets interesting. If you break this down and go into the full HTML report here and look at the actual boss priority target damage all right here, this is going to be, this is the 1 minute sim, just to clarify again, 1 minute sim, breaking it down here, hopping in here. You're looking at an AOE overall, once again, on top, Guillotine, Sunder, Shadow Invocation, Blaze on the bottom. In single target / prio boss damage, Fel Sunder, Shadow Invocation on top, Umbral Blaze, Pact the Mother in second, pretty close here. About 800 DPS separating them. Higher high end, once again, to Umbral Blaze and Pact because of RNG, of Pact, all that. And honestly, the longer this goes on, chance are highest pulls ahead too. And Guillotine sitting here at 1.52. So you're looking at about a 20k difference-ish. Guillotine has the lowest low end and the lowest high end also here as well in single target. So I guess the question sort of is, do you want that 25k more in single target comparatively to that 300k more in AOE with Guillotine? But there's that. If you go into the 5 minute build here and look at this as well, Umbral Blaze and Pact, unsurprisingly, do indeed jump to the top here in prio target boss damage. Let me zoom in a little more for you guys as well. Sunder and Guillotine, Sunder being about 1.5k below Umbral Blaze and Pact, and Guillotine sitting here at about 18k, whatever it is, lower. So a bit of a trade-off here. Higher high end, obviously, or at least it was in the shorter sim here, with Umbral Blaze and Pact, with RNG, but realistically, lower low ends, playing certain things as well. If you want to play Guillotine, you've got a higher high end for AOE, obviously, but you've got a lower low end for single target, both in a minute sim and 5 minute sims. This is where finding that balance is important, right? So the build's cool. I haven't played Guillotine in a long time. I'm not a huge fan of Guillotine. I haven't been for a while. I wish like the actual effect was still larger. But honestly, I'm down to give it a shot again. I feel like this general part of the tree has just been dead for a long time. This is bugged forever. I think it's supposed to be working for a little bit. I'm not really sure. And hatred, from what I understand, is still pretty subpar from what I've seen in my own Sims and stuff. And I don't believe, I could be wrong, I haven't heard back from Malakath. I don't believe these Sims are reflecting Thug Lords doing more damage in game than they are in Sims. I could be wrong. I don't know. But either way, even if they aren't, the Guillotine build looks to be simming at least a bit higher in AOE. If you haven't tried it, I'd encourage you to do so. Give it a shot. And honestly, worst comes to worst, you can just go back and play this, and there really isn't much variance either way. You're still casting dogs, still casting hands, still imploding, still doing whatever, and honestly, Demo's still Demo. So thanks for watching, guys. It wraps it up, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys are excited about some of these builds and talent swaps, like I am as well. I'm excited to give it a shot in game. I've been enjoying Demo a lot in keys. I think Demo's actually pretty good in pugs. Some keys, I mean, Destro's probably the best overall on the higher end, obviously, for imp utility, pet utility, and that, but Demonology is not bad either. Stack cleave profile, it's strong. The damage is there. Yeah, so I'm excited to give it a shot in keys next couple days and see where it goes. Like I said, I've sort of been chilling the past week or so. I've streamed a few days and stuff, but not as much as I did during alpha and beta, into launch, into the race world first, into prog, everything else. Trying to catch up on some IRL things, just chill a little bit. And I hopefully I'm not getting sick. Like I said, my throat hurts a little sniffles, but could just be hopefully the weather changing and not actually getting a cold. But either way, we'll see where it goes. If you guys want links to the Sims in this video, they should be down below in the description, as long as I remember to do so. If you guys want any Week Awards add-ons / profiles, links to Twitter, goodness, Twitch, Discord, website, all up here, as well as down below. And at the same time, also a link to Patreon, which I want to thank all my patrons for all the support a million times. Like always, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you all for support on Patreon. Legit, I really do appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. If you're looking at supporting on Patreon, should be a link. Well, there's a link up here, as well as down below. I don't feel very good, as you can probably tell. So yeah, the plan is to be back Monday streaming. I want to get an M+ video, like a guide rolling out for every spec, like one big video for the remainder of 11.0, I guess. Probably next week at some point, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a little later on, depending where it goes. It is Thanksgiving this week, so if I don't see y'all before then, happy Thanksgiving to us US boys, I guess, and anyone else who is doing it. Just in general, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all again soon on stream. Peace.